Well, hey everyone, welcome so much to our presentation. My name's Casey and I'm your host tonight, and I'm here with my girl Nancy. And we're actually presenting from the Cayman Islands. So this is a presentation. You're either looking at Isagenix as an opportunity, you're looking to learn maybe what residual and leverage is. Maybe you're somebody that's been on the products and you're loving it so much, and you just really want to kind of see the whole picture of what Isagenix is. And so I'm just excited to educate you tonight. So I just want to say, what if? What if this is the thing that you've really been looking for that could change everything? So here we are right now, and I love this business because it is so mobile. But these are just some pictures that we've taken since we've been down here. So I thought I'd show these up because you really can do this opportunity from anywhere. So my story starts as I was a nurse, a night shift nurse, and I was a nurse for kids with cancer, and I was watching them lose their lives. And I put the products in my body. My friend Jennifer introduced me. I'm so grateful for her. I send her flowers and thank you cards sometimes just to show my gratitude. And I felt so fantastic on these products. And I really started to learn about the crisis that we're in with our food system. And so I got very, very passionate about educating people on isogenics. And I loved my own personal health transformation. Then I learned that this is something that I could use as a vehicle to retire my husband and to make my schedule around his. I was a night shift nurse working nights, weekends, holidays, and he had nights, weekends, and holidays off. And so a woman by the name of Callie Miller, who just became our 170th millionaire, handed me a book called The 4-Year Career. And I got to work after I read that book because I really saw this for the opportunity that it was. I love the statistic that 82% of women in the US who make 100,000 or more, they do it through direct sales. But I'm going to even talk about how we're even sweeter than direct sales. So this is my office often. I'm a beach bum. I have the hashtag beach bum CEO. This is not a get in, get rich quick. This is work, but it's work it how you want and where you want. Also, I say let's earn more so we can give more. These are my kids that I sponsor around the world. I'm very passionate about children, and I love that when you start to have extra passive income, you can bless more lives. So, what really is the life that we have chosen? Because when I got started, I thought I had a really great life. I was a nurse. I was working personally anywhere from 36 to 44 hours a week. And I was able to pull in $38,000 to $40,000, right? That was my yearly salary. So, you really think about how much time we spend at work, though. And then today when I was on the beach and I was talking to Nancy, I said, I'm just so grateful this is my life. I'm earning more money traveling around the world than when I was working those work hour weeks in these walls. And I feel like I got out of sick care and I got into healthcare. And I didn't even know that that was really my reality. And I would have done that for 40 years if somebody had not educated me on a better way. Thank you, Jennifer. And so now this is really about being able to design the ideal life that you want to for yourself. So I'm going to talk to you about 4 solutions that we have. Now, really, if you think about the market trends and the isogenic solutions for those market trends, and then of course the fact that we're partnered with Jim and Kathy Coover, Eric Coover, that really makes up all of our opportunity. So let's take a look at some of the market trends that we have that really create our solutions. So if you think about obesity, that is a global epidemic, right? That so many are facing. Then you think about childhood obesity. So really you think about the people that you have to solve a problem for. That's what I think about when I think of an entrepreneur is somebody who solves other people's problems. I mean, just in the US alone, 69% of people in America are considered overweight or obese, right? So that's a huge market that you have. Now, we're also massive in the fitness industry. This is not a diet program. We do have a solution for weight loss. But if you think about all the supplement industry out there, gyms, I mean, $25 billion in gyms alone. So that's pretty massive right there. If you think about as an entrepreneur, I want to play in that market. Then you think about anti-aging. I mean, I know as a woman and around other women, we're all just wanting to look younger and younger, right? So that's a massive industry to be in too. So just imagine being able to touch every single one of those that your products get to play in as an entrepreneur. So then you look at our 4th solution, right, which is wealth creation. How many people can use extra money? How many people is their leading cause of stress money? How many people go to bed stressing about money? Student loan debt through the roof, 8% front load loans for these college kids getting out. I mean, there really is a problem and there's a need for money, and this is a vehicle that will address that also for people. So 76% of people cite money as the leading cause of stress and work also in their life. And so, how are we helping solve those? Well, let's look at our solutions. So, these are our categories that we play in: weight loss, energy, performance, and healthy aging, which we just saw the numbers in those. And then, of course, the wealth creation, which is what this presentation is really tailored to. And I want to talk about the quality of our products because this is not just a vehicle. This is a vehicle with no compromise products. And we spend so much money on testing of our products that really separates us from this industry and what we're doing. So I'm really proud of that to be with Isagenix. And these are our 5 pillars of health that I believe everybody deserves to have in their body. And it's our shakes, a full meal replacement. You're talking about $3 a day for a full meal that people are getting in. Then you have our cleanse, which is just supporting the body's natural detoxification. Then you have our what we call our liquid gold, our ionics. And so you're really talking about recovery is incredible for this. It has adaptogens really to help your body with stress. Then we have our vitamin packets with our product B, which are our other 2 pillars of health. And these, look at how convenient these are. People love them. They're just, they're so easy to travel with. But we really are a grocery store and have so much other stuff. This is an online grocery store of superfoods that you have access to and anybody you introduce has access to. And then we also put the science behind it. So we have, clinical studies that are done. And if you look at this right here, I mean, twice as much visceral fat loss. That to me is one of my favorites because that's the deadly fat. Then you think about, your baby boomers. So just think over the next 15 years, every single day, 10,000 people are turning the age 65. That is a massive industry. And out of every $2 that they spend, $1 is on their health. So you really think about that. Everybody deserves health, right? Everybody needs it. So it's just the perfect market. So now let's see how that plays into wealth creation. So I was someone as a nurse, I didn't know anything about residual, geometric, making money while you sleep. That was all foreign to me. But as I began to study it, Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's the #1 selling finance book of all times, Robert Kiyosaki, he talks about wealth in terms of time. So if you had 12,000 in savings, right, your wealth would be for 3 months if you had $4,000 in month, like your expenses. So, if you're not continuously having a money stream come in, you would have to keep working to keep that money coming in or change your lifestyle. So that's what I love about residual income is that it's keeping coming in after the effort's been put in the beginning. So just some statistics about network marketing is that it pulled in $182 billion worldwide. Health and beauty is dominating direct sales. And what I love about Isagenix is you can compare it to any health product out there and you will not find a better quality. And there really is no limit to the income earning potential. As a nurse, I was capped. I put this in here just to kind of give you some perspective. If you look at 2012, you'll see that the NFL pulled in 9.5 billion. In the movie industry, 80 billion. You guys, network marketing then pulled in 167 billion. It is a very viable, amazing way to move product and earn income. So let's look at our partnership. Jim and Kathy Coover, once you get to meet them, you're just so grateful. We were talking about that at really all the time, but tonight, just like how grateful we are for Jim and Kathy and their son Eric and now PETA. But they have just the background to do this. Kathy was an associate. Jim had taken struggle companies that were struggling to, billion-dollar companies. And then you think about John Anderson. So he would formulate these great products, but then companies, GNC, Nature Way, public traded companies, profit was bottom line. So they would want to dilute the product, put fillers in it so that they could make it run further. And he said, no, not at all. And thus the no compromise products and Jim and Kathy, who are really leading the business side. So it's going to be a legacy company. Their son Eric's going to take it over. So the mission and vision of, and I love Kathy, she's so stinking cute, but to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. And Kathy's vision is to have more 6- and 7-figure income earners than any other company. So, you also think about that you're global. I have teams in a lot of countries, and I had them, I just got back from Australia and Indonesia because I have teams there, but I didn't have teams there prior. It's all because of what I like to call social media. So we have a group called Start. It's 18 to 35, and I believe it's growing so fast because we kind of already know social media. I did not, however, I wasn't really on it, but I certainly have learned it. And I've grown about 90% of my business using social media. Even people that I meet in person, it still becomes social media. So it really is the way to do things and why people can grow their business so fast. So all of those things are what's making up your opportunity. We have that strong management team. We talked about the products. The best compensation plan in history, and I'm going to kind of get into the residual aspect of it. You won't find better training and support. Isagenix is just getting started. I mean, 14 years, 13, 14 years young. So it's really the timing and positioning is perfect. And it can be as simple as this. Again, it's work, but you're really just using a product. You're sharing that product with people who just want to be customers. About 80% of your product base or your business will be product users. And then we identify people who do want to share it, and then those who really want to build it and create that wall of financial freedom for their family. So oftentimes I hear people say, is that a pyramid scheme? Well, I like to ask too, what is a pyramid? And generally people don't really know. It's like, well, where you get in and somebody moves something and you make money and they make money. Like any job, right? A product is being moved or a service and money's being made. So this looks like a corporate model structure. And I use this because I was a nurse. So here you have me down here as a nurse, and then you have the CEO of the hospital. Now, how much could I have showed up and worked, and what could I have done to ever get to the CEO of the hospital salary? Fat chance, not going to happen because I'm paid based on a title, not based on my service and production, right? I could never out earn this CEO position as a nurse. I couldn't out earn the nurse manager position. But guess what? In this business model, we have people out earning people below them or above them all the time, right? So I out earn many people above me. My friend Jennifer, who introduced me, she out earns many people above her. So it has nothing to do with that because you're paid based on your service and production, not a title. So I think it could be nothing further than a pyramid scheme. And those are also illegal. That's when you don't have an exchange of a product, good, or service. So we have many ways to create wealth in this company, right? A lot of bonuses, rank advancements, introducing people. But I want to talk to you here in a little bit mainly about the residual, the 6% on your entire business volume, because that's money that you make while you sleep. Now that I put this in here just to give you an idea, I say, who do you know as far as if somebody just wants to get their products paid for, right? Introducing two friends and helping them do the same, your entire system and then some is paid for. So it really, you can recoup the money that you put out pretty much immediately for your own products that you're using. But what's so great is Isagenix pays us on a black little debit card. You can keep the money there or you can put it in your own bank, transfer it. But again, it's the 6% that excites me. So this is also in Rich Dad Poor Dad, and it talks about why people are successful, right? So 95% of the population is an employee or a small business owner. An employee meaning they trade time for dollars. A small business owner can end up having their lives owned by that business. There's a lot of risk, a lot of capital that often goes into that. Big business, 5% of the population plays over there, which controls 95% of the wealth, right, in the world. And it's because they have something called leverage. Leverage over here is what really makes things move and be a big business. Then you can get into investment, right? So that's the secret is leverage. So I want to show you something on leverage real quick. So if you had one person at 8 hours a day for 5 days a week at 40 hours earning $10, that's $400. Now let's look at 10 people at just 1.5 hours. So do you see there why just 10 people doing a little bit, you've already exceeded the production right there in terms of time, 75 hours, right? You've been able to do $750 in profit. Take 20 people at 1.5 hours. That's 150 hours of production time that's being done. This is the thing. Let's say you were working 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. You could only get to produce 120 hours. That's all you could produce off your sole efforts. So I would rather have 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% off of my own effort, right? And what's so great is they get to leverage me. So we all leverage each other. So this is what we're about to get into. And we have what's called business centers. You can build as many as you want, and you can build them to $702,000 a year residual. That's the key word, residual. And again, a lot of other different ways to get paid, but there's presentations on that. So every time you purchase a product, it has a point value. Now that point value goes into what I like to call a little vault. Okay, so you're banking your volume. Now, when you decide if this is something for you and you build it, then you can start taking those points out. 900 points with our 6% generates our cycle, $54. So now let's get into this goodness. When you have 600 points on one side and you have 300 points on another, that generates your one cycle. We are not paid based on levels. People sometimes ask me, is this multi-level marketing? I say, well, we don't get paid on levels. We get paid on our entire volume, and we do not flush it. For previous networkers, that is a very big deal for them. So this is our entire compensation plan. Can you show two people how to also show two people to do what we're doing? Right? And let's just say, let's take out all the product users. Let's just take out the 80% of the volume of product users. Over time, can you assist two people on your left and two people on your right who get it, who can't sleep because they watch this information and they cannot sleep because they say, oh my gosh, this clicks. Okay? And then what happens when you do that? They're going to each introduce two people on their left and then two on their right. And it's just going to keep duplicating. That's what we like to call geometric progression. So now every single month, your overhead in this business is approximately $150. That's your 100 points. Okay, so these numbers are if people, your 4 people, are just doing the minimum and that's duplicating. So I just want to paint that picture for you if it's just the minimum taking place. So you introduce 4 people. Now that 4 will each enroll 4, right? That becomes 16. 16 each enroll 4, that becomes 64. 64, 4, 256, right? Easy enough. So that's a total of 340 people coming in. Again, even if they're just purchasing the minimum of $150 a month, right? That would be $2,000 a month would be your residual money moving through that $51,000 of products being produced, okay, through your organization. So let's take it to the next step, right? Maybe that takes somebody 3 years, 4 years. Again, this is just an example. So let's say that on year 4, right? What happens? See this right here? This is called a quantum leap, where the sum is so much greater than the whole, because now you're at 1,364 people from that original 4. Okay, so 100 points moving through all of their offices generates over $200,000 of products being moved. That's $8,000 a month in residual income if people were just purchasing the minimum. And again, these are the people who get it. I'm giving you an example of what if there weren't even product users. But again, that's 80% of what we do. But you guys, I mean, when I understood this, when I read the book, The 4-Year Career, and I got geometric progression and it clicked for me and it showed numbers like this, I was never the same. I said, I don't care what I have to do. I'm going to learn how to build this business. And what's so great about this business is you eat the food, you share the food, you help people get healthy. This $800,000 right there represents people being healthy, but 6% of that coming to me, $32,000 a month in residual income. That's fantastic, right? That's fantabulous. So again, but like from four who get it, because I promise you, when you have somebody who gets it, they don't stop, right? Jeff Beebe, who's on this webinar, he got it. He's not stopping. Marshall's on this webinar. He gets it. He's not stopping. So I show this not to impress anyone, but just to kind of show my earnings and how it went. So my first month I made 0, not a dime. Sharing it again in the beginning, the 6% takes a while to build. So this was just a lot of product introductory bonuses. But people say, I mean, how did I go from having $3,000 to giving myself over a $10,000 raise in a month? Well, it's because of geometric progression and leverage. And, you can go to isagenixearnings.com to really see the earning statements. Because again, this is not in get rich quick. These are my earnings. This isn't saying that this is what you're going to earn, but this is showing you this is an opportunity. My highest month to date is $45,000. This week, yesterday, I got a check for $8,000, right, for 1 week. I took the entire month of December off, still made over $20,000. It's a very real opportunity. So just know that this is a very real thing. So would you like $1 million today, right now, or a penny that doubles, but only for 30 days and then it stops? So if you think about that, the old me would have wanted the $1 million. I don't want no stinking penny. That penny comes over $5 million in 30 days. The same thing is happening. How I showed you, I was able to make that massive jump in my income because that same thing is taking place, the duplication, the four finding four who find four, right? So that's the power of this. But on day 15, if you don't understand what's taking place, you think you're an absolute moron because you're like, oh my gosh, I only have $163, half the month's over. I'm an idiot. I should have taken the $1 million, right? But no, the same thing is happening with the 6%. You guys, this is opportunity. This isn't kickback, do nothing. This is how many people can we get this excellent nutrition in their bodies? And how many people can we help teach to do the same thing? The more people we teach to help get it in other people's bodies and become healthy, then the money just keeps growing. So this is right here is what we call the money line, right? Right here, the black line. The red line is time. In the beginning, you invest time before you're seeing the residual. Right here, right? You're seeing a little bit of residual. But as you go, it just starts duplicating so much that then it's equal, right? Like being down here in the Cayman Islands. Am I working some? Yeah. Was I working it like I was in the beginning sometimes? No. Do I go in spurts of 90-day game plans and bust my butt and then take my foot off the gas for a little bit, relax and cruise, and my income can still go up? Yes. This is not like a traditional salary, right? This is something that can geometrically progress. Callie Miller, she took off when she had a baby and her business grew because it's just so incredible when you think about leverage. So I'm going to end with this. People call this direct sales. And yes, it is direct sales, but let me give you an example, right? Because it's so much better than that. So this is sodas, which hopefully we're not drinking these, but let's just say you are, right? And I say, look, you can buy as many sodas as you want from me for $1, and then you can turn around and sell them for $2. Knock yourself out. Sell as many as you want. Make $5 million. What happens when you stop selling those sodas? You stop making money. This is like saying, look, get your starter pack, which is your initial vending machine, anywhere from 12 to 40 bucks a day, right? Get started with your initial pack. And again, just your monthly purchase is whatever you want it to be at whatever the 100 points is, okay? Then what that allows you to do is anytime product moves through that, even your own, you can get paid on it. Anytime somebody comes and shops at your own vending machine, you get paid on it. But what that allows you to do is set up as many vending machines in any areas of the 14 countries that we're in, and anytime product moves through those vending machines, you're making money. That is beautiful. And the company does it all. They stock it, they do the paperwork, they send the money, they do the shipping, a return, anything, the customer service, they do it all. We literally are in charge of opening up people's accounts, getting them their initial order, and showing them how to do the same thing and coach them through a successful product experience. And that is it. I pinch myself every day. I'm so grateful for Isagenix. And so, if someone offers you an amazing opportunity and you're not sure if you can do it, just say yes and learn how to do it later. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. If you could make a mistake building this, I'd probably made it in the beginning, but I believe in these products. And so it was easy. It's just about truly using the products and using the tools that we have out there. This is our number one income earner of all time. He started when he was 74 years old. And he said when he found there was a business where he could spend a few $100 to get started, eat his overhead, become healthy, fail 90% of the time, and become obscenely wealthy. What do you think I said? I can do this. You guys, I said, if a butcher at 74-year-old can do this, surely I can figure out how to do it, right? So that's how it all started. So I just want to thank you all for taking your time to watch this tonight, or maybe you're watching a recording, but just get back with whoever shared this information with you. And it really, in 30 days, if you haven't tried the products yet, if you're on the products and you're watching this, you know it's a shoo-in. If you haven't tried the products yet, my invitation to you is put it in your body for 30 days. If you don't love it, return it and get your money back. You ate some free food. You got some great nutrition in your body. And that's literally the biggest risk in this. And for a traditional business, we all know there's a lot more risk involved with that. So really, it's just putting the best food on the planet in your body and helping others do the same. So thank you so much for joining. And just get back with whoever invited you.